Hi, Kipsters, it's Miss Cooper, and I'm so excited for our writing lesson today. Let's go ahead and get started. Today's writing objective is I can identify characters in a story. There are some big words that I just said, like the word objective. Can you say the word objective? Objective? It's a little tough to say. Good job. Objective means something that you're going to be able to do at the end of today's lesson. So at the end of today's lesson, you'll be able to identify characters and a story. There was another word that was pretty big. It's a grown up word. Can you say the word identify? Good job. Identify means to find. So you're going to find the characters in today's story, and you'll be able to also find characters in other stories as well. Now, do you all remember what a character is from yesterday's lesson? Yes, a character can be a person, an animal, or an object. And there's something that a character has to have that makes it a character. Do you all remember that from yesterday's lesson? You're right. A character has to have a face. Let's go ahead and sing that special song to help us remember. Ready? Let's sing it together. 1, 2, 3. A character has a face. A character has a face. Eyes, ears, mouth, and nose. A character has a face. Good job, kiddos. All right, so let's go ahead and get started and read our book. Our book is titled The Kissing Hand, and the words are written by Audrey Penn, and the pictures are illustrated by Audrey Penn. Illustrate means to draw. All right, let's go ahead and get started. Chester Raccoon stood at the edge of the forest and cried. I don't want to go to school, he told his mother. I want to stay home with you. I want to play with my friends and play with my toys and read my books and swing on my swing. Please, may I stay home with you? Miss Cooper is going to pause right here because I remember that our objective is I can find a character, I can identify a character in a story, which means I can find a character in a story. And I read Chester the raccoon stood at the edge of the forest and cried. And I know what a raccoon is. This is a raccoon, and it looks like they're standing in the forest. But I need to make sure that this is an actual character when I look at the illustration. I know that a character can be a person, an animal, or an object. And I also know that a character has a what? Good job, a face. Let's sing the song. Ready? A character has a face. A character has a face. Eyes, ears, mouth, and nose. A character has a face. Good job. Let's look at this illustration of Chester the raccoon to see if it has a face. I see eyes. I see ears. I see a mouth and a nose. Good. So that means it's a character. This is our first character in the story, Chester the raccoon. All right, let's keep reading. Mrs. Raccoon took Chester by the hand and nuzzled him on the ear. Can you say nuzzled? Nuzzled. Good job. Nuzzled is a word that means to rub or hold closely. So she took Chester's hand and she held it by her ear. Oh, she nuzzled him on the ear. Sometimes we have to do things we don't want to do, she told him gently. Even if they seem strange and scary at first, but you will love school once you start. You'll make new friends and play with new toys, read new books, and swing on new swings. Besides, she added, I know a wonderful secret that will make your nights at school seem as warm and cozy as your days at home. Chester wiped away his tears and looked interested. A secret? What kind of secret? A very old secret, said Mrs. Raccoon. I learned it from my mother, and she learned it from hers. It's called the kissing hand. The kissing hand? Asked Chester. What is that? What's that? I'll show you. Mrs. Raccoon took Chester's left hand and spread open his tiny fingers into a fan. Leaning forward, she kissed Chester right in the middle of his palm. Chester felt his mother's kiss rush from his hands up his arm and into his heart. Even his silky black mask tingled with a special warmth. Mrs. Raccoon smiled. Now she told Chester, now she told Chester, whenever you feel lonely and need a little loving from home, just press your hand to your cheek and think, Mommy loves you. Mommy loves you. And that very kiss would jump to your face and fill you with toasty, warm thoughts. Let's pause right here. Now, I want you to practice our objective. I want you to find all the characters on this page. Remember, a character can be a person, an animal, or an object. And let's sing that song to help us remember what a character needs to have. Ready? Let's go. A character has a face. A character has a face. Eyes, ears, mouth, and nose. A character has a face. All right, so I'm going to give you a few seconds to identify the characters on this page. Ready? Go. Can you show me with your fingers how many characters are on this page? Good job. There's 3 characters on this page. Can you point to those characters? Good job. How did you know that we have 1 character here, 2, and 3? How did you know that we have 3 characters on this page? Oh, okay. So you know that a character is a person, can be a person, an animal, or an object, and that a character has a what? Good job, a face. And all of these characters have faces. Well, one, they're all animals with faces. They have eyes, a mouth, a nose, and ears. Yep, they're all characters. Good job, Kipsters. Let's keep reading. She took Chester's hand and carefully wrapped his fingers around the kiss. Now do be careful not to lose it, she teased him. But don't worry. When you open your hand and wash your food, I promise the kiss will stick. Chester loved his kissing hand. Now he knew his mother's love would go with him wherever he went, even to school. That night, Chester stood in front of his school and looked thoughtfully. Suddenly, he turned to his mother and grinned. Give me your hand, he told her. Chester took his mother's hand in his own and unfolded her large, familiar fingers into a fan. Next, he leaned forward and kissed the center of her hand. Now you have a kissing hand too, he told her. And with a gentle goodbye and I love you, Chester turned and danced away. Mrs. Raccoon watched Chester scamper across a tree limb, and enter school. As a hoot rang in the new school year, she pressed her left hand to her cheek and smiled. The warmth of Chester's kiss filled her heart with special words. Chester loves you, it sang. Chester loves you. Can you say the word scamper? Yes, good job. Scamper means to run across something. So he ran across the tree limb. Limb means the tree's arms or the tree's branches. So that's a tree limb. We're going to pause right here because I want you to identify the characters on this page. Do you remember who can be a character? Good job. Yes, a character can be a person, an animal, or an object. And what is it that a character must have? Good job, a face. So I'm going to give you a couple of seconds to count how many characters we have on this page, or that there is on this page. Can you show me with your fingers how many characters you counted? Good job. 3 characters. Okay. Yes. 1, 2, 3. How did you know those were our characters? Yes, because we know that animals can be characters and that a character must have a what? Good job, a face. And we see a face on the owl because we see eyes, ears, a mouth, and a nose. We know Chester the raccoon already and Mrs. Raccoon are characters because we learned about them earlier in the story. Good job, Kipsters. And the end. Thank you so much for reading this story with me. Now you're going to answer questions at the on a separate page, I should say, and I want you to answer them to the best of your ability. Remember characters can be an animal, a person, or an object, and they must have a face. Let's sing the song one more time. Ready? A character has a face. A character has a face. Eyes, ears, mouth, and nose. A character has a face. All right. Good luck on your questions. Bye.